Hello, I'm Ashley McNeil, your UAB engineering librarian. This is my face here on the screen, and I'm here to continue talking to you about databases. In the last video, I mentioned that there are different databases that contain different kinds of information, right? We talked about Spotify that holds like audio files of different kinds, YouTube that holds like audio visual things, videos, right? In engineering and academic engineering specifically, there's a couple of different kinds of documents, kinds of materials that you're going to want to access. Okay. One of them might be books. All right. So let's say you're in a class or you're even starting a research project and you really want to access maybe some handbooks for your field or some alternate textbooks if you're studying for an exam or you want more examples for your homework sets, things like that. A couple of great places to look for books are Access Engineering and Novel. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what each one of these has. Access Engineering is a great place to look for books, textbooks, handbooks, as you can see here, by McGraw-Hill. So McGraw-Hill is a publisher. They publish lots of different textbooks in a lot of different fields. This is Access Engineering, so obviously it's going to give you engineering textbooks, right? And you can see here just some of the examples of what they have. By the way, if you've never used a Shams book before, I highly recommend them because they're great summaries of kind of the mathematics of solving problems for different fields, but I won't get in the weeds on that one. Okay, so this is a great place to go to look for McGraw-Hill books. Okay. But as you can tell by the way I'm saying that, that's going to limit you to the things published by McGraw-Hill. So if you're really looking for books from many places, this is maybe going to be a little too restrictive. So let's go back and check out Novel. I really, really love Novel. It is a great way to search for books, individual chapters in books also, on engineering specifically, but over a wider array of publishers, right? So you can also search by property if there's a specific substance, a material that you're trying to look up. This does also allow you to search for tables of data, equations, things like that that might be helpful when you're solving a specific problem. I like it for looking for textbooks and other kinds of books. So let's just look up something like corrosion and degradation. Okay, so if I search for that, I'm going to get several different books. As you can see, books here. I can narrow that down using the filters on the left-hand bar. Almost all databases are going to look just like this. Maybe there will be different options for how you can narrow down what you're looking for, but it's typically going to be on this left-hand side, and it's typically going to have some ways of reducing your results. So currently I have over 3,000 results, and that's probably too many for anyone to really look through in detail. But if I'm specifically looking for, let's say, a dictionary or an encyclopedia, I just want a definition. I can use these, I can check these boxes to only see those things that come from a dictionary. And so these are going to be dictionary entries that will allow me to get just a basic definition. And as you can see, we start with corrosion, but then they start giving us more detailed things that are more specific, like uniform, algal corrosion, things like that. I can uncheck that and apply to get all of my results back. Let's say instead I want to see some graphs related to corrosion. I can apply that, right? And so that's going to give me some information about the graphs. If I want to see the graph, I can click Open Graph and it'll show that to me, which is pretty neat. So that's kind of fun. Might be useful if you're doing some background research on a topic. Now let's just look at books. So if I apply a book filter, right, I'm going to get titles of all of these books. Any book that you see here you can open and you can read right here online. Easy peasy. Okay. You can also, if you're signed in to an account, you can save that. This will show you the citation, though you may want to be careful depending on what kind of citation style you prefer. There is a link here if you just want to see like the tables from this textbook, but you can go through here and look at any one of these chapters, right? Read it, all that good stuff. So this can be really, really helpful if you're looking for things. It does appear that this book, the chapters are actually individual papers, perhaps. That's kind of interesting. So you can look around inside the books like that. If you are looking for handbooks from a very specific source, for example, if you're looking for something specifically from the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, you might want to check this ASME digital collection, which has a lot of journals, not necessarily handbooks, but you might find that there. Or if you're looking for something from the American Society for Testing and Materials, you might want to check ASTM Compass, which does include, as you can see in the description here, standards, books, papers, and journals published by ASTM. On this database page, it's going to give you a little description of each one of those databases that can help you figure out what kind of information is inside that database. All right, and that's what I have for you for this one. So I will see you in the next one.